Let's talk about our guest because this is absolutely great here with WIMS. Let's talk about our guests.
We have had our friends at the zoo on before, right here at the Michigan City Zoo, and they're having a really cool Halloween event, right?
That we are.
We wanted to bring them back on and talk about it. So, but we had to get this camera thing up and
Absolutely right.
because we have friends to join us, and so we need to make sure that was
everything is perfect. Thank you to Jackie Beisel and of course our executive producers hanging out here in Younger Life Live. Everything's rolling. Younger Life, little space live if you want to scope it out on YouTube right now. You guys introduce yourselves as Jackie X's wave. Jackie! Woo!
Hi, Katie.
Introduce yourself, Sean.
So I'm Sean Sheldon. I'm the retail manager at the zoo, and then I'm also the treasurer for the Washington Park Zoo Society.
And I'm Richard Warner. I am a board member at the Zoological Society.
Mary Anthony, I'm going to go right over to that great camera of you. You are looking fabulous today. Do you feel good?
I feel great. I'm so excited.
Everybody together. She looks marvelous. 1, 2, 3.
Please.
You look marvelous.
No fibbing on the show. Anyways, yes, I'm so excited. We had so much fun the last time that you guys came in. It was, and we had so much positive feedback about that show.
Did.
Oh, that's
So many
fantastic.
people really enjoyed that. And, I hope that sparked a lot of people's interest in saying, hey, we haven't been out there in a little while. We're so lucky to have you right here.
Yeah.
So close to home. And I know my kids love it. We love to come. And, it's just fun. And it's nice that it's not too large of a zoo. It's a perfect size. It's good.
It's not terribly expensive.
Oh,
it's
when you look at the zoo in
manage.
Chicago by comparison,
Absolutely.
it's great, inexpensive family
It
entertainment.
is, and it's nice. It makes for a nice day. Being so close to the beach, that's what we typically do.
Yeah.
Is if we're gonna, come and you do the picnic or the splash pad if it's summer, and just go play in the sand, even if it isn't summer. It's nice.
Something we're going to detail out, Mary, to folks on this one. Several thousand of our closest friends this upcoming weekend will be at the zoo.
That's true.
This is a real cool thing, which we're going to get into in a couple minutes. But Boo at the Zoo is coming up.
That's it. That's why we really wanted to come.
Thousands of people.
October is so much fun. It's a great time of year. I love fall, so it's such a great time. And it's such a cool, unique idea to incorporate the zoo with Halloween. The Halloween theme. So could you tell us about Boo at the Zoo?
Sure. Boo at the Zoo is one of our most popular events. It's basically trick-or-treating throughout the zoo, and we have stations located throughout the whole zoo, so you'll get to see everything as you're going by and getting candy on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's this weekend, October 22nd. We do have 2 sessions. The first one is from 11:30 to 1:30. The second one is from 3:30 to 5:30. So you have to buy a ticket for whichever session you want to go to. We do still have some tickets available. You can buy them online at our website, WashingtonParkZoo.com, or else you can come to the zoo and pick up the tickets yourselves there. We've always had about 3,000 people come out for this event.
Wow.
Is that incredible?
Yes.
Wow,
I love it.
It's insane. So that's why we broke it into 2 sessions, is because we break it up to about 1,500 each session. So there's always a huge crowd just waiting to come in. So we're going to have 3 gates open. You'll be able to go to just any entrance and just kind of basically walk in. We'll either scan your tickets for Eventbrite or just hand in your ticket and you can go and trick or treat. So
Can you tell me? I'm curious. What is the max capacity?
that's hard to say.
Okay. I was just
They're going for the
thinking-
3,000 tickets. We've
Well,
been
I
out there
know.
every year. It's
Yeah.
huge.
I think, if you have a max capacity listed, you're not obviously not allowed to have any more than that. You have to turn people away.
We don't have a max capacity listed at the zoo. We do have for our buildings, of course,
Sure.
but not actually out in the public area because we can always expand a little bit more if we need to. But we try to limit to 3,000 because right now we're asking the vendors to supply a lot of the candy.
Oh, yes.
And so we have to have a number to give them, so that's what we limit it to. And this year we have 47 vendors.
Wow.
Yes, that is the most we've ever had. So
How neat.
huge community support. We really appreciate everybody signing up for this. There is no fee to be a vendor. We just ask that you come out and either provide the candy or else you pay for the candy and we'll purchase it for you.
It's beyond me. And here's what I want you to throw out there, because people through the years, you guys have honed and tweaked this. We're out there working mass crowds and people are just yahooing and hollering.
Yeah.
It is just beautiful to see grandparents, parents, young ones of all ages, from the youngest of years to the wisest of years. The coolest costumes in the world, and everybody, we all know this room, great moods. But the way you guys actually put people through, and it's a continuous stream of people. There's no
Yes.
going backwards, basically.
Basically,
Can
yes.
you chat about this? Because
Yeah.
you being a parent, you know what this is.
Well, I
how important
appreciate
it is.
that organization.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it can be mass chaos. I know with even my 5, that's mass chaos. I
It
can't
is.
imagine on that scale all these children.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how that actually works.
So yeah, because we have the 3 entrances opened up, you just start where you come in at, and then everybody congregates in the middle, and it comes back down to the exits for coming back out.
It's just a,
Yeah, it can go in a big circle around the zoo. So yeah, it works out pretty well. And then usually there's not too bad of lines for waiting because there's so many
It's
stations.
fine.
And by the time you get to each one, it's usually pretty good. And we like it when the vendors come in and they dress up and get in
that's so
costume
fun.
and decorate.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Do you guys as zoo staff dress up?
we do. Yeah.
How neat.
What
Yeah.
are you gonna be?
Well, okay, I'm kind of lame on this. I bought a tiger costume
Cool.
like 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
that's like my fallback thing because I'm not creative on that.
Richard,
Oh,
come on.
I don't know. I may just come as myself because these costumes get all hot and sweaty inside. And I don't know. I'll be working the whole event, so
Through the years.
I mean, it's scary enough just to see me as
Oh,
it is.
wow.
No, get out of here. We love you. I always come as a radio DJ.
Do you?
You
There's
know,
you.
just
There
because
you
I'm
go.
on the air.
That's the
I got you covered, kid.
It's
I
funny,
got
I
you
have
covered.
to say, as far as costume goes, recently my niece turned 13, and so we had a little birthday party and like a little photo, booth thing kind of set up. Well, one of the emojis is like the red mean face. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I said,
I
I
think-
told the kids,
Do it again.
I told the kids if you ask them who that looks like on some days, they would say me. I should
No.
I should go with that.
There's worse emojis to be though.
Yeah, there are, that's for sure. So that's funny. You know what is amazing too is it's supposed to be a beautiful weekend.
Yes.
It's cool you guys do it prior to Halloween.
Mhm.
That way that it doesn't interfere with
Right.
post trick or treats
Sure.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Aren't going to be this early, and the weather is supposed to be beautiful. And
Yes.
that's, we're talking perfect fall day without being freezing cold. We've had plenty of Halloweens that it's been snowy.
Yes.
And think
You
about
know.
some of the years that we've all been out there where it's just drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Last
oh my
year
gosh,
was like that.
it
Yeah.
was so beautiful. Sergeant Chris Yagowski, we all know, who's a friend of Younger Life Live and here on WIMS, and today's show brought to you by the LaPorte Hospital. He had called the radio show earlier today. We were all chatting about this and did such a great job of not only explaining Boo at the Zoo, the safety side of it, but what I love about Boo at the Zoo, the families get together and quite honestly, it literally, for the price, it's super, super affordable, is a one-stop shop. And you could, oh my gosh, you can go to both sessions, you can go to one.
Yeah.
It's just a feel good. I
Well,
love
It
it.
is.
another important thing about the Boo at the Zoo is that it's a very safe environment.
Mhm.
There's some people out there that are kind of unique,
Mhm.
and so you can, yeah.
It's a good way of putting it, yes.
But, yeah,
It's my favorite word in the whole wide
Right,
world.
unique.
I passed that one. You use unique. But go for it.
but yeah, I mean, you've heard stories about,
Yeah.
some of these people, hateful people out there. At the Boo at the Zoo, it's a very safe environment. Sergeant Yagowski, if I'm not mistaken, will be right at the front gate. He's actually one of the biggest attractions. Everybody likes Sergeant Chris.
Loves them.
Well,
I
because
bet
he
he'll be
brings that
dressed
little
as a cop.
car.
That little bitty car,
That
and
little
he is
car.
so
Yeah,
tall.
I know he is.
It's
He's
funny to
such a nice
see him
guy.
get in and out of it, and then the little car just fits perfectly right through our front gates.
LaPorte,
so it cracks
Indiana
me up.
has a question for Sean and
Sure.
Richard here on Younger Life Live. And this is a very wonderful question. I do like it. We're talking about Boo at the Zoo, by the way, coming up Saturday the 22nd this weekend. Here it is. Love the show. Love you, Mary. I could never see you making that weird face because we're watching YouTube. And Sean or Richard, do the animals partake in the fun of Boo at the Zoo? Do they have any funny costumes for them? What a cute.
That would be.
We used to
I
dress our
love
dog
that.
up.
Oh, I still do. What do you mean used to? My dogs hate it. They're getting something on.
I don't know how many of them would let us put costumes on them, but they do participate in it. We get pumpkins donated by Walmart, and so the day of Boo at the Zoo, they get all kinds of pumpkins in the exhibits, and you'd be surprised to see enrichment for the animals of this. They love to tear into the pumpkins.
Really?
Oh yeah, we'll put little holes in them and hide treats in there for them. So it's kind of interactive with the Boo at the Zoo theme if they look at the
Yeah.
pumpkins. So they're all very excited when they get
That's
those.
fantastic. Speaking of dogs, you brought up, you
Yeah.
brought up a good question. Are pets allowed?
They are not allowed.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
So,
Good
and even
point.
in the park too. So just make sure to plan for that ahead of time. I also did want to point out we are asking adults to not wear masks or face paint this year, just because of all of the issues with
Okay.
that
Creepy
stuff going on.
clowns?
Yeah, creepy clowns. And
Be
so
honest.
the kids are fine, but we're just asking adults to not wear masks or makeup for that, so we can see the faces and everything. So
Richard, I can
That's- that
see
just
you
adds-
being a
Yeah.
cowboy.
A cowboy?
With a,
I
Like
guess
in
at
the
one
Toy
time I
Story.
put a little swastika between
I've
my
seen it like
eyes.
Woody here.
That's not the first time you said Woody.
look at these two. They're going out of here.
The one-liners that can
Oh,
come from
my
that.
God.
I'll
This is
refrain.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm afraid of today, and I love animals. I have been to that zoo many, many times through the years. I'm 49 years old since I've been a little boy. But Mary and Richard and Sean have teamed up, and I think they brought in something. Is it scary, or am I going to
I
freak
said
out?
it's good
Oh, it's good. Okay.
Halloween theme.
It
Oh,
is, yes. It goes right along with
It's
the
not a
kids.
wolf.
Something that
It is
is
not a
not
wolf.
something that large.
Is it an owl?
It is not an owl, no.
You will find out what it is.
Darn it! It's gonna be coming up. You can watch
Yes.
this, by the way, guys.
Unfortunately, the studio here is so small that we cannot fit Stella in here. If she opened up her wings, I'm afraid everything that's not
Yeah.
nailed down would go flying.
I've had the pleasure
She
of
is a
meeting Stella.
beautiful owl.
Sergeant Yagelski said just that alone is worth just to go to the zoo.
It is, yeah, it is.
I mean, it really is. If you've never been to the Washington Park Zoo in Michigan City, Indiana, one of a couple left in the country on the lake, that is the reason to go. I mean, great staff,
Well,
cool area.
it's a beautiful, it's a beautiful environment. It's
Yeah.
a nice place to get in some good walking.
Oh, heck yeah.
The tower
Walk the hills,
climb.
walk the
Yes.
hills up and
That's
down
it.
that. Oh yeah,
Can you
get
tell me,
workout.
how many years has Boo at the Zoo been going on?
I mean, it's been going on since the whole time I've been there, so
And how long have you been there?
I've been there over 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been on for quite a while. I would say at least 15 to 20.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
It was never to this point. I'm like, we grow
Yeah.
pretty much
Oh,
every year
absolutely.
on it. But yeah, I think starting out, we probably had like maybe 10, 15 vendors and, a couple hundred people coming in. But yeah, it's definitely grown over the years.
Wow, and can you tell us, I know, we talked about it being affordable, can you just tell us what admission is? And is
Oh,
it a different price for Boo at the Zoo than normal?
It is. I also wanted to point out too that the zoo will not be open to regular admission that day. We do shut down on October 22nd. It's just for Boo at the Zoo. Is the only time we open.
Love this.
Yeah, so we have to get set up for everything. So we shut down so we can have a chance to run around like crazy and set everything
Oh,
out
yeah.
before everybody comes in for it. But adults are $5, and that's considered 12 and up.
Okay.
Children ages 3 to 11 are $4, and 2 and under are free, and you do not need a ticket for 2 and under. So if you purchase online, you don't need to worry about your 2 and under. And then also, if you are a member of the zoo, you get a huge discount on that.
And what is that discount, Sean?
The huge discount is the adults are free, and all you're paying for is $1 for any kid that's trick-or-treating. So
Wow.
unfortunately, as members, in order to get your tickets ahead of time, you do have to come to the zoo because we do have to verify membership before we can sell the tickets. So they are not available online for the membership.
You will never see, as we had mentioned, the zoo like this with as many cool people, as many smiling faces. People are always smiling there,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's just a beautiful zoo. You were going to say?
I was just gonna ask, can you tell us about membership opportunities? Tell us
Yeah.
about that. I feel like sometimes people are intimidated by thinking about, this is gonna be an enormous cost, or this is gonna be a reoccurring,
Right.
cost that's gonna come out every month or something. Can you tell us about the membership?
Yeah, definitely. Like our basic family membership is $60, and it covers you for a year. So if you bought today, it would be good until the same date of next year, actually towards the end of the month. So it'd be good till October 31st. And the basic family membership covers 2 adults and any kids under 18. So if you have a family of 4, I mean, you paid for your trip
Right.
basically in like 2
That's
times of
us.
coming to the zoo. And you get the discounts at Boo at the Zoo, you get 10% off in the gift shop, you get discounts to our zoo camps, and then you also get 4 free times of parking when they're charging for parking. Which
Right
also,
there, young lady.
It's definitely worth it. I mean, we're
It
family
is.
7, that's definitely worth it,
exactly, yeah. We get some members that come in on a weekly basis, sometimes a daily basis. I mean, it is well worth it. Especially if you just want to come out and walk in a nice, safe place. You don't have to worry about traffic,
Agreed.
and you got a nice view to look at.
Well, Mary Anthony is going to, I just feel this in my blood, that one of these days she's going to challenge me to go to the zoo,
Ooh.
which has been brought up, and then she's going to say, let's walk the zoo with our gym shoes and record Younger Life Live, or, do
Let's
a live.
climb the tower.
Yeah, I knew that.
Tower.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there, and I can't wait for you and Jeremy to join us this year
Yeah.
when we do a couple of big events. You guys have events throughout the year, and I know this is Younger Life, but what is so great is we have done many, many events there, you know, at WIMS, and of course, where they're adult events,
Mhm.
and it is just picturesque, beautiful. We've taken a couple of our Christmas cards there,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, that's
up on top.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool place.
Yeah.
Well, you and Jeremy to join us for some of the events. Can we talk about some of those?
Sure,
Please,
definitely.
throw it out there, please.
So like we're planning for next year, we have our Jubilee is coming up in April. We'll have to get you the date for that. We've got
Yes.
to get that nailed down, but I think we're gonna have it out at the airport this
Cool,
year.
awesome.
And have a really cool theme to go along with it. So it's gonna be really exciting. Our brew at the zoo will be, I believe it's June 10th, which is the adult one here that everybody loves. That's our beer
Rick
fest.
especially loves
He
brew at
does.
the zoo.
There you go.
He
That's what we
is,
think.
he is all about having fun there.
I'll race you up that tower, Mary Anthony. Let me get past the first two vendors.
Right. Yeah. There'll be a lot on your way up there. So
Thank you.
yeah, that was a great event for us
Oh,
last year. We
beyond.
had a great crowd, fantastic vendors that came out for and supported us. I mean, that was amazing.
An adult event that
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
wonderful food and just adult fun.
Well, that's
It's
really,
so
you know,
great.
it's such a wide variety of things. That's
It
what I
is,
think
yeah.
important to point out is it is such a wide variety. And can you tell us about the times of year? So winter,
Mhm.
I had asked you this actually
Yeah.
out here in the entryway. I was curious, does the zoo close for the winter? And kind of what months are you closed?
We do. We close October 31st, so coming up here at the end of the month, and then we'll be closed until April 1st. So we are April through October is when we're open. During the winter months, we're all pretty much there. We let any of our seasonal staff go that runs like concessions and gift shop, but all the full timers there because all of the animals stay at the zoo. And so, you know, bad weather days, the keepers got to go in there and take care of the animals. None of that stops. We have to move things around to get into winter holding areas and everything like that, but everything stays there and business goes on as usual for us.
Yeah, I'm curious how that's a lot of animals to take care of
It is.
in the winter. And they, you know, some of them, do you have any that can't be outdoors in the winter?
We do. Like our alligators will have to go
Yes.
inside. Any of our parrots and macaws have to go inside. The primates can have a little bit of outdoors. Like when we shift them to clean, they can do that for a little while, but they don't like to be outside for very long at all.
Right,
But surprisingly, the tigers do like the snow.
really.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll love to play around in that.
Ask
Very
Richard his
interesting.
favorite animal too. I want to know Richard's favorite animal.
Oh, Stella.
I knew that. I knew
No
that.
doubt in my mind. That's,
What can I
that's the eagle owl.
Yeah.
She is so beautiful. But you know, it's really funny because the only person that handles her would be Jamie.
It is Jamie, yep.
And you can tell that they have that bond because every time Jamie has her on that glove or on her hand, Stella would just lean over and put her.
Oh,
how
like,
cute.
mommy,
Awesome.
it is. It really is.
That is darling.
The
Yeah.
fact that she can relax on Jamie is
Yeah.
a big thing, yes.
Now explain a little bit about Jamie's gig. So
So Jamie is the zoo director. If
Okay.
you guys haven't met her, she's a fantastic woman. She has a great vision for the zoo.
And she's been there forever.
She's been there forever, since a kid. Her mom used to work at the zoo, and so she would come as a
Oh,
young kid
that
Oh,
neat.
neat.
and help out. So she's been there over 20 years. So, and she is like full of facts. If you ask her anything about the zoo, she just knows it. I don't know all that stuff. I'm like, oh my
that's
gosh.
why you
how
have
do
a
you
good team.
Yeah, she just pulls it out. She knows everything. But I mean, she's got this supervision. We have a great 5-year plan made up, and we know where we're going next and what we're working on. So, I mean, for the people that have come out this year, we've had such positive reviews, you know, on Google and Yelp and everything like that. People have left such great reviews of saying this zoo has completely changed. So if you haven't been there for a while, stop by because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
been a lot of
Yeah.
changes.
A lot of changes. You
Yeah.
know, during the course of the events this season, I've had the opportunity to just walk around the zoo and talk to people. And I've run into a lot of people that have said, "Oh yeah, I remember being here when I was a kid."
Mhm.
And then I would ask them, "Well, what do you think?" "Oh my God, this is so great. There were so many, changes for the positive, and
Mhm.
everybody that visited the zoo this year was very upbeat and very happy with all the changes that have
Yes.
been made.
Mhm.
That said, there are also a lot more changes
Definitely.
coming.
Yeah,
Are you going to
definitely.
nail those here on Younger Life Live?
Give us any more sneak peeks on maybe possibly any new animals coming in? for
Well,
the
I don't
next
know
season?
if we've announced it too much, but we did just recently get our lions in. So
Oh, yeah.
we do have our 2 lions, male and female. We are hoping in a couple of years to do some breeding and hopefully get a third. So yeah, we did get those guys in. I don't know really what's planned for next year of animals. We are always working on something. And like to point out, like our Monkey Island, of course, is not redone. The only thing holding us back is funds. It's not, lack of desire or anything like that.
How
We
much
have a
do we
ton
need?
of stuff. Over $1 million. If you could get that for us, that'd be great.
Well, I mean, and we do, and I say we collectively, the community, you do fundraisers, and there are a ton of people that support it. But this would be a great $1 million spent for our bigger companies that are listening
Yeah.
out there, or a couple of companies that can pony up, or 4 companies that can pony up, you know, $250,000 each. And I say that with the utmost respect, because there are philanthropical, you know,
Yes.
people out there and companies that want to give back to keep this alive.
We would love to do that. And
You know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
there's naming rights available, or they could be a combined thing. I mean, yeah, we would love to have some corporate sponsors on this. Anybody out there, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with you.
Well, the history of the zoo is just absolutely fascinating because if you don't know what the WPA stood for back in the 20s, the WP basically built the Washington Park Zoo. And that is a part of the United States history because, you know, at that time the economy was in a depression and it was just terrible. And something like this actually helped slowly bring the local economy back.
Right. And then you got beautiful structures out of it.
Right.
You did
Yes.
great work.
Fascinating. It is.
So they've been around, I'm sorry.
No,
But
I'm just
I'm
gonna
just-
ask.
No, it's
Go
just
ahead.
guys can show the
But,
best.
but the zoo has been around since
1928.
1928.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the
Wow.
basic structure of the zoo is still intact.
Mm-hmm.
The tower was built back in, I think, the early 1930s, 1935.
Yeah.
And it's went through a renovation back,
Mhm.
about
2006 is when
Yeah.
it started.
so about 10
Really?
years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are changes, but the basic concept of the zoo is still the same.
Yeah, we do definitely want to keep with the history of the zoo and not change up everything to, look completely new and updated. Like the castle we have there, that still is a form of the Rotary Castle. And so we definitely want to keep that. I mean,
Yeah.
that is just such a neat building in itself. So
I'm really excited about this because I just thought about it. I actually will all be alive for the 100th anniversary.
that's pretty
Wow.
awesome.
I mean, it's not that far away.
It's
No,
not.
it's-
I mean, we did 85 a couple of years ago. So yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing to think.
Put that on your calendar for Younger Life.
Good
You'll
deal.
be out.
We come in, it's Richard, Ricky, Barry, and Sean.
Oh.
Hi, everybody, we're back. You know.
Yeah, that was really,
Phenomenal.
that's amazing though. And
Yeah.
not a lot of zoos can say the same. And
Exactly.
certainly not a lot of communities can claim that they have that either. So
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
Very fortunate there. Do a lot of these events and fundraisers, is it to sustain the zoo or is it for the improvements?
Well, the role of the Zoo Society is as to supplement what the zoo needs. So basically, we're responsible for the vet care of the animals.
Yes.
So we provide that every year, and that's what a lot of the fundraising goes to, because we have to provide up to $25,000 a year for that,
Yeah.
which some years get up to that amount, just depending on what's going on with the animals. And then anything on top of that, like we've been able to purchase a lot of the animals lately. Anything extra, any donations that you're sending in that you're not specifying for something is going towards the animal purchase. And so that's how we've gotten armadillos and porcupines, and we got the wolves that way, we got the lions that way. So everything we've just been filtering towards the animal purchase for
Oh,
that.
by the way, Mary, Tucker has a girlfriend now.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
you have to explain who Tucker is. Mary's
He
excited.
joined us last time.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead.
So Tucker is our 3-banded armadillo.
Mhm.
And Richard knows a fun little fact about him. I was impressed that you remembered.
He is the only species of armadillos that will, when they roll up in a ball, they are totally armored. They've got head plates, so when they roll up, they cannot be gotten to by any predator. The only, species is that of armadillo that can actually do that. I did not know that until I got involved with the zoo. I thought that was
See,
really
look at
cool.
he's
He
learning.
was so cool. He
I
was
am beyond
very
impressed
neat.
right now.
Yeah.
And when he came, when you were
I'm
running
just
that,
fascinated
so-
by him, like to watch them run around because they run around on like the little tiptoes. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're very quick. You wouldn't expect them to be that quick, but they
Yeah.
are. But yes, so now he has a female companion.
Well, that is so neat.
But that occupies his time because he's always chasing after her.
Really?
It's really kind of fun to watch, actually.
Yeah.
Or they're sleeping next to each other. They're very cute.
So
Yeah.
they are, how long have you had her?
We've had her just a couple of months.
And are they clearly a bonded pair at this
They
point?
get along very well,
Yeah.
so we're hoping to see little babies out of that.
That it would be
Could you imagine
so
little baby armadillo?
I
Oh my
can't
gosh, that would be
imagine.
adorable. I would love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to know, and maybe you don't know this, I don't want to put you on the spot, but are they born armored like that then? Or it develops over time?
They're born with like that shell, but it doesn't harden up until a little bit
Okay.
later on. So they have kind of that there, and then that's basically like our fingernail material.
That's what I imagine,
Yeah.
honestly. is
Yeah,
that-
so it just kind of hardens as they get older.
That is so neat.
All right, another email question. I'm looking at the zoo website. I'm reading this cold too, so if there's any swear words, I'm being sorry. Younger Life Live brought to you by the Laporte Hospital. We love you guys. I'm looking at the zoo website. I see some zoo experience opportunities. Is this something for adults that would basically like to have different experiences, such as working with feeding the animals, or is this just for children?
I mean, we could work it out for adults. We are not offering that right now just because we're getting ready for closing down.
Sure.
So it definitely have to be something for next season. But as adults too, we're always looking for volunteers, especially people that have good trades, like that can build or do, plumbing and electrical or anything like that. We're always looking for volunteers. We have tons of projects that we can need help with. So if you're an adult that just wants to come and help and volunteer, we'll put you to work.
As far as volunteerism goes, we've discussed that numerous times in so many different ways here. But if you had, a small group that wanted to volunteer, what would the typical group say? I'm just going to say like a youth group kind of thing. What would they be doing?
Surprisingly, a bigger group you would think would be easier to have projects, but because you have so many that you're putting to work, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get the projects. So they would most likely be either cleaning up a yard area or painting fences for us, that type of thing. Now, individual volunteers, we can kind of get them to work a little bit more on one-on-one with some of the keepers and cleaning up like our barn area and working with the petting barn, making the diets for the animals, and just helping out clean up some of the general areas. So it's nice to have great groups, but it's also fantastic to have the individuals come in and volunteer for us.
We're gonna skate into seeing our friends
Yeah.
coming up in a second. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm going to take a quick time out here with Younger Life. And we're going to take, we'll be back, I'll just say in about a minute or so here on Younger Life. We've got text messages coming in. When we come back, remember, youtube.com, here's what we're going to do. youtube.com, it's Younger Life, one word, little space, then live. Go to it right now. You will actually see our friends of the Washington Park Zoo in studio. Rick Federici, Mary Anthony, of course, Sean Sheldon, and we've got Richard Warner here. Jackie Beisel, our executive producer. We'll be right back.
During a medical emergency, every minute matters. That's why at LaPorte Hospital, you'll find less waiting where you need it most, in our emergency room. In fact, we will work to have you initially seen by a medical professional in 30 minutes or less. And because we're a full-service hospital, we can provide more care and convenience. Less waiting, faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at LaPorte Hospital.
It's like sabotage.
It's one thing to be aware of breast cancer.
Okay, so when we come back, we're back in like 10 seconds. Go to the big shot of everybody, and then we'll go right to these two. Thank you for the great work.
Donate, get involved
Maybe set those guys
at
down.
komen.org/morethanpink.
We are back on Younger Life Live. I am so excited about this. As you can see from our cams on YouTube, this is awesome.
Well, and this little guy we're looking at right now, he's big.
He is a big
He's
boy,
quite
isn't he?
large.
He is. This is a male ferret. His name is Remy. We think he's a couple of years old. We actually got him from the Michiana Humane Society.
Oh, really?
They were given to them, and so we ended up taking them. And they're great education animals. We like to take them out. They live about 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
And I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but they were originally meant for hunting. They would go and put them in rabbit holes to scare out the rabbits.
He wants to
He's
get
a
out
very
of
curious
here.
guy, too. He's like, what's going on here?
Hence the term, I want to ferret something out.
That is
Yeah.
exactly it, yeah. And then they would use them to keep like rats and everything out of storage rooms in the war and everything like that. So long history with these guys.
Well, so if they were doing that, are they aggressive?
More towards like small animals, but they're pretty easygoing with humans.
Yeah.
So I mean, they haven't become popular as pets until like around the 80s,
Okay.
and then
It almost looks like not to be weird, and I'm a big raccoon kid. I can't believe that. It's like really a beautiful animal.
Large. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just a large guy,
I'm
though.
gonna put it right over here.
Is this the typical size?
I would say so, yeah.
Wow.
What a cutie.
Look, he wants to get.
He wants to get by the mic. You do whatever you want. We're totally cool here.
They're always,
Look
they're always
Look at him, he's talking. Hello, my name is Mr.
Pet
Feather.
him. Pet him.
Can I
They're
pet him?
You can pet him,
very
yeah.
curious.
Is he gonna bite me?
No, he won't bite you.
Okay, so let's go to a big shot. Thank you.
So
Okay,
you
so for
do
real?
a Johnny Carson thing
He's
here,
not gonna do
put
it.
him on
He
your
just wants
shoulder.
to smell you. He's not
He
going to
does.
bite you. But
Yeah.
you know, they do. Their fur has a different texture.
It's kind of a wiry
You are
texture.
yeah,
beautiful.
and they have like an oily kind of
Wow.
Yeah.
scent and feel to them. don't
Now, can I ask you guys my one friend Jeff, God rest his soul, no longer with us for years as a young boy and into his into his high school and collegiate years had a ferret. And
Really?
it must have been, I don't know, you say they last about what, 10 years?
7 to 10 years.
Okay,
yeah.
so that would be about right, so he probably had a couple, but he would just, it was awesome, and he really got, so the animals, are they fun, are they?
Oh gosh, yeah. These guys are characters. They'll do like little dances around, wanting to play with you, and I mean,
Wow,
yeah, they're
look at
very curious on everything, as you can see. They just want to wander and check out everything.
My in-laws had one for a few years.
So what, are they, would they be in a cage, or would they be let loose at home like a
It's
dog?
your own preference on that. Some people
Really?
will keep them in just a cage. Some people will take them out and interact with them, and I mean, they love human contact with that.
My
So,
in-laws
who's yours,
had
yeah.
like a couple story cage, and they only
Yes.
put him in there like at night or if they were gone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he roamed free when they were home. And I said, I am not the biggest ferret fan, and I think it's only because they're a little spastic.
They are.
They're unpredictable.
Rachel, what's that?
It's true. They're unpredictable. And so, you know, many times when we would be over, you'd sit down on the couch and he would pop his head out of the cushions. Oh, there's Max. Gross. He just is a little, you know, or he'd run and try. You know, they are very, very curious.
They are.
Like Sean was saying. He would like try to go up your pant leg or something.
Oh, yeah.
And so it would just freak me out a little bit. But my in-laws, he loved them, and he clearly, I like affectionate animals, and that's
Absolutely.
why I love dogs so much, and cats are really cool. We have people with allergies in our family and can't have cats, but we're very much a dog family, and I think it's because they are so affectionate and engaging. And honestly, the ferret was with my in-laws very affectionate. He loved them. He would find them, and
Yeah.
and they would interact. They're not just an animal to watch. They're very interactive. So.
Can I ask a question on the ferret? I'm asking an adult question.
Okay.
So, can these ferrets be trained to go to the, like, potty train? I'm
You
just curious, because if you're letting it roam the house,
Right, I'm trying to remember if with maps.
I
do they have
would
like a box,
imagine
like a kitty cat?
I would imagine they could get, trained
Trained,
to go
yeah.
to a certain area.
Cool,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But just as a point out here, anybody that's possibly thinking of a pet for a ferret, just keep in mind of the 7 to 10 years and then the smell of them too.
Yes.
They
Can
do
you
have
explain?
They do have like their anal scent glands, which can be a strong musky odor, and so some people can't handle that. So just be aware that you have to keep them very clean, and that they.
So
A little
do
bit of
they
scent.
go into the, and I'm just a crazy question, like, is it a bathtub kind of a thing, like a dog? Or like, like when you say keep them clean, so.
No, just mainly changing out bedding and that type
Okay.
of thing. There's always going to be that smell there, so you just
Sure.
have to be aware of that.
My
There's no way of
mother-in-law
getting rid of
bathed
that.
Max, that was his name, in the sink all the time because of his smell. The oil of their skin is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You could always have that smell. I'm curious to know, with young children, do they pose a danger? Are they biters? Are they?
It depends. I mean, each one is going to be different, of
Certainly.
course, so it just depends on the temperament of them. If you work with them,
I gotta take
I
a
would
picture
say
of you.
definitely don't let little kids handle them right away. Make sure that you have a good relationship with them before you do anything like that.
All right, so hold on, because I'm gonna post some cool, and I have an official photographer in the studio with me.
I won't critique your work.
You will.
Okay, but I'll just keep it to myself.
There you go.
Thank you.
He'll be like this, oh, that was really nice, right? I think this one I'm gonna put up is gonna be great, and if you're watching on YouTube, Younger Life, one word, little space, then live, a lot of folks ask about that when they're up on
Sean's
YouTube.
putting Remy away.
Oh, no,
I'm
you're
curious
free.
if
All right,
she's
so
ever-
what's next?
You all are
You know,
smiling.
I don't know if
Crazy.
he's standing over there, Mary, if you can smell, but you can actually, that musky odor is.
I don't smell
in
them
this
over here,
area.
but I'm very familiar with that smell
What are
just because
you-
of my in-laws having them.
Holy cow, what do you have here?
Look at this little
Oh my
sweetheart.
gosh,
Really cutie.
this is so cute.
So this is a baby sulcata tortoise.
So let's flip this mic over here and like talk to the audience about it. And then if you don't mind, could you put it on the Washington Park Zoo folder so I can
Sure.
take a picture? Thank you.
Very, very cute.
Every minute as a photographer.
Look, he's nervous. He's hiding.
Turn
Hey,
the
he
folder around so you can actually see.
Oh, yeah,
the
so it's
logo.
up right
Yeah,
there.
so that-
Oh, look at you. Oh gosh, Richard, you
Look
are.
and pose it. Look, the photographer
See?
spoke up
See?
for us. There we go.
Wow, is that beautiful?
He's so cute.
He's
Tell us a
very
little
cute.
bit about what kind of.
So-
his shell is so strange. It's the first thing I noticed.
Okay,
is
so
Yes.
you say he's a tortoise.
He is a tortoise.
There's
Yes,
a
this is a
difference between a tortoise and
and a turtle. Yes, this is a baby tortoise, and these are mainly for like a desert area, Sahara,
Okay.
mainly out of Africa. They do get fairly big.
Really?
They do. And they grow pretty fast in the first couple years of their life. They will double in size every couple of months on that.
Wow.
They live a long time. They can live up to 50 to 150 years.
Holy
Yeah.
cow,
And
really?
yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got a huge tortoise. How old is the tortoise that's
Oh,
up there by
gosh.
the train?
I am not sure, but he's pretty big.
He's pretty big.
Yeah. Although there is bigger.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Are
absolutely.
these the ones you would see, you know, you would see people ride on?
Yes.
Okay, this is the kind, that's what I say.
Wait,
Should I
explain
just
yourself,
say
here,
that?
young one.
Wouldn't suggest that, but yes.
No, I know. My husband as a child had gone to a zoo that they allowed children to ride on.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
clearly that's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you say they get that large, it's what I envision at least.
Yeah.
Is that type, so.
Now
That's
this,
fascinating.
the species is one of the largest land tortoises.
Okay.
He's the third largest out of all tortoises.
Really?
So like this water and everything like that.
So a
So
little ferret over
I
here.
don't know if you guys can hear
Remy
it.
is
You still
his
have
now.
that.
He was
Remy's
back
the
out.
little ferret.
Remy's his
Oh
name.
my gosh, who named that?
he's become a star now.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh.
It's like I'm
that's
taking
so
over the
cute.
show.
He's ready to get out.
So,
He wasn't done exploring.
He wasn't, no. He's like, there's so
What
much
a
to
I
see.
need a gun.
dude, I love you. Look at you. They would have.
We just found Rick. We know what we're getting Rick for his 50th birthday.
Rick, what's up there?
Sorry,
Rick,
Norma.
better.
I'm thinking Norma might have something to say about
I
it.
You know what?
She's right.
You know what she would say? We are a lover of animals family, like we all are in this room. She would say, absolutely, you can get it. Please keep it at the Radio Ranch.
You can live in your office.
You can
Keep
have
it at
it,
the
yes.
Younger Life Live Studios
Yeah.
next to Mary. Remy and Mary, and that kind of rhymes, and Federici and Ferret, it all goes
Yeah.
together.
How fun.
That is really cool.
Yes.
So I did not realize though that those they last a long time.
They last a very long time.
Longer than us.
Yeah, yeah.
Take that into consideration when planning on getting a tortoise for a pet, right?
Right, exactly. That's
You can
very
pass
key.
it on.
Yeah,
The
and they
gift that
don't
keeps
stay this
giving.
size. They get very
And,
big.
You know,
So.
they're kind of a low maintenance, you know.
Yeah.
You
They
just
are low
feed them
maintenance.
and
You just
give
have
them
to-
a nice, warm, dry environment. and
So
they're
they are
good.
not water at all. They do
No.
not prefer or enjoy being in the water at all.
Nope, they do not.
What do they
So
eat?
beautiful.
Lots of veggies,
Really?
grass and veggies. Yep,
Okay.
Would you say herbivores?
they are
Yeah.
herbivores.
How many does the zoo have then? of
I
these kind of
believe we have
tortoises?
like 5 or 6.
Nice.
Really?
So yeah.
And this one was not hatched there?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say baby, I was just.
So
Yeah.
you don't allow people to touch these, do you?
Like
was
if
just
they
gonna
go
say,
out on
they-
programs, they can touch the shell.
Only with your like a
Yes.
supervision of a
Yeah.
professional.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't allow we don't have petting at the zoo for them or
No,
anything
that's
like that. So
beautiful.
yeah, they're very
I
fascinating.
took a real cool picture and I've got them up on Facebook and Twitter, lead items with Richard and Sean, of course. So we've got a picture of the ferret, a picture of the tortoise,
Mhm.
and we just threw them up because I wanted to get them up there. And just,
Touch the
just
shell, Rick.
beautiful, beautiful
Really, it's so
color.
neat. It's so knobby. That's what I found to be so strange.
Wow. And
Can
then,
you tell us the
it's
difference
so
between a
cool.
turtle and a tortoise?
A lot of the
very good
turtles
question.
do like being in the water, and they tend to be quite a bit smaller than the
Mhm.
tortoises.
They are
Okay.
amphibians.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys should take this show on the road, you two.
We should, right?
This is
We make a
great.
Well,
good
it's
team on
good.
that.
And people love that. You know, it's so neat. It's so neat to find out more about these animals that maybe they aren't super snuggly or cuddly, but
Exactly.
you still need to learn about them.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
You are all still
Okay,
smiling.
we have a
This
here in a
is,
moment is we have a surprise guest.
okay,
for
this
you
is
guys.
this is crazy.
This is-
I don't
this
know
is
what's going
Halloween.
on here.
This is Halloween friendly.
This is Halloween friendly, and Mary Anthony's, laughing over here, kind of in the
Mary
corner.
Anthony's scooching back to the corner.
She's-
Wait a minute here.
There's a
Okay.
reason you're way over
Is
there.
it?
We're
Yeah.
gonna pull this out. If something happens to Rick Federici, I love you all. I love my wife. I love
Oh,
my
no,
family.
no. It's all good.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is freaking me out. Okay, little Younger Life Live, Jackie Beisel, executive producer, Younger Life Live presentation, brought to you today by
Rick,
the
there he
LaPorte
is.
Hospital.
Look at him.
Whoa, whoa, that's freaky. Okay, hang on one second here. I am going to take a killer picture of this. Okay, so if you're not watching right now, I will tell you, this is beautiful. Explain, truly this is beautiful. Explain what this is, Sean, please.
So this is a Chilean rose tarantula.
Wow.
And tell us, are they poisonous?
No, I mean, of course, like small animals, they're going to inject venom into them, but to like humans, they are not.
Really?
So if they were to bite you, it might cause irritation,
Mm-hmm.
be
Well, that's
annoying more
interesting to
than
know because
anything.
you always hear,
Yeah,
that they are poisonous, so that would be scary. So it's nice to know,
yeah.
although it looks
Where's Jackie?
a little
Jackie, you want to
scary.
come see
Rick,
the
Jackie,
tarantula?
leave this,
Check
leave
this
this.
out.
Look at her. She's
She
freaking
wanted to
out.
come out of the-
Absolutely not, Jackie Beisel with that. She's like, I look right now. How do you spell tarantula?
Oh, sure.
T-A-R.
Here, I'm gonna cheat here on my sheet. Tarantula.
I guess right. Very good.
Look at it.
Check this out. Tarantula.
Stay over there.
Can you tell us about
Wow, is this
how
cool?
long has the
I'm
zoo
gonna
had
switch this up. Check
tarantula?
this
So
out.
this is actually our director's tarantula, and
Oh,
I stole him. Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
keeps him up in her office, so she uses him on programs, and she just
Yeah.
keeps him up
Wow.
in her area there. So yeah, so he's about 4 to 5 years old.
Really?
Yep. So not quite fully mature, but he is full size. It can take anywhere from 5 to 10 years to reach maturity for the tarantulas.
What is the lifespan of a tarantula?
A tarantula male can live to a little bit over 10. Now a female, they've actually been known to live up to 30 to 40 years.
Wow.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes, and the males are less likely to die off because of issues when they molt. They have issues with their male reproductive organs getting stuck in there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
And so, yes, and then of course too, when they mate, the females can be aggressive towards males and also, cause them to do that. Which I was doing some research on these guys because I don't really know much about tarantulas, and they're just fascinating to read about. I mean, they have 2 lungs, and it's just like paper lungs, like they call book lungs. It's because they're like 15 sheets of this material together that creates their lungs. And it was just, I found it fascinating. So anybody who wants to read about tarantulas, it was really neat. to
Okay.
read
Where
about
are
these
they
guys.
needed?
I wanted to wait before you go any further. Body language in this room. Jackie arms crossed. Richard arms crossed. Federici, I just put a screenshot of us in studio and then the tarantula.
Can
I'm
Rick
sorry, what
touch
was it?
it?
No.
No.
Just say
Sorry,
no.
tell the other one.
I mean, it was. I'm afraid. I'm gonna be. I'm a younger life. I'm. Look at you. That you touch it.
Well, I'd like to watch you touch it.
Jackie, I'll pay you an extra hour.
Not worth it.
Okay. Mary, I don't pay you, so
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna pay you any hours. Why don't you still touch it?
Can we touch it?
Actually, we prefer not, because if you guys will notice, he's got like these little hairs on his behind back there. And that's actually a protective thing, that when something gets too close, he will either kind of shoot them at you with his legs, or else they will rub off on you.
And it's
And it's like an irritating.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
a quill. I mean, I
It
know
kind of,
it's really
yeah.
not as sharp as a quill, but I
Mary-
mean, the same idea.
Right.
Just a,
Yeah.
Mary's
like
still gonna
humans.
go with Rick. Why don't you touch it now?
Still,
So it's a
there.
defense mechanism.
It is a defense
Can you
mechanism.
tell us where they're native?
They are actually all over the place. I mean,
Are
there's
they really?
900 different species of tarantulas. So I mean, the Chilean rose is just one of
I
the
did not
varieties
know
of
that.
that. Yeah, they are all over the place. So,
Are they in Indiana?
Richard, for you to get on the zoo board, you're gonna have to next time let it crawl over your head and neck, even though you're on the board.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Look at him.
I don't have a problem with that.
Jackie's like, woo, school project. There you go,
Oh.
college project. That is that
It would
wild.
be a
That's
really
recent.
good picture of the photographer to have the spider on his head. A picture of him with it.
I like that.
He's sitting up there.
That is absolutely beautiful, though. Would you look at?
He's
That
very
tarantula.
Halloween
It's beautiful,
appropriate,
yeah.
like I said.
I mean,
Good
I don't know if you
Halloween.
can tell, but on his back is kind of iridescent. And I mean, it's
Yes.
just, he's very beautiful.
Does he keep stretching out his legs like that to explore? Is he trying to
Yes.
figure out what's going on?
Yeah, and
It's really
They're
neat.
like little feelers.
yes, it is.
Jackie's just like absorbed into it.
Yeah.
Is that wild?
Now,
Yeah.
their eyes, they have multiple
Right.
eyes, so they can see
Mhm.
quite a
But
ways around.
The thing is that they can only really distinguish between light and dark and motion. So
Really?
they don't have the greatest vision. So when
Wow.
they're testing out here, they're testing to see what's coming up.
And he eats bugs.
He does eat bugs.
What kind?
Like a lot of crickets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he'll eat a lot
Live
of those.
crickets?
Now,
or
do
do
they-
Oh, yeah.
striped
like
crickets?
they'll do
like
live.
some of our garden variety spiders, do they spin webs?
These guys do spin webs, but they're different than normal webs. They're more on the ground than actual up in the
That's
trees or
cool.
on the windows and whatever.
You don't really get this opportunity to see something like this up close,
Right.
truly. I mean,
Right.
I've seen spiders before, obviously,
Mhm.
throughout my life, but This is wild.
So you said he's not fully mature, but he is full size.
He is full
so,
size.
You know, they're the largest spider in the world. Isn't that called a?
Oh gosh, yeah, I
It's
don't
called
remember.
a hand spider. So I've seen one of my
Something.
kids has a book
Yeah.
about the biggest and.
They say they can get to be the size of like a dinner plate.
Yeah, that's. Oh, it's a bird spider. That's what it's
That's
called.
what it
It's
is.
a
Yeah, bird spider.
That's
Yeah.
the largest in the world. I was just curious because he's so large.
Yeah.
I mean, so it makes me curious to think, how much bigger
Do they need to get it right?
could you see? I normally don't freak out over spiders and stuff. I really don't. I would not want to find one crawling at my house that looks like that. But
I've always been able to appreciate them from a distance. I've never really wanted them on me, so this is kind of a learning thing for me too.
look at you overcoming your
I
own
have,
fears.
There's
stepping out
not
of your
much
own
that
comfort
bothers
zone.
me, and I mean, after having them here, I actually really kind of have a great appreciation for them.
Really.
Yeah.
You know, that brings up a good question too. Working at the zoo for as many years as you have you come in contact with the animals that you initially would say, oh nope, not going to touch it or go near it, and then you find yourself doing so anyway?
No, not really. I mean, I'm one of those weird people that find almost every animal beautiful and interesting, and I can find something great about them. So there's not too much that bothers me on that. I like snakes and all that, and I'd be surprised at how many people are scared of birds, especially in
gosh,
like our
I love
parakeet
birds.
aviary. Yeah, but I think it's just the flying of them around their
Yeah.
heads and everything like that. But none of that bothers me.
Less than 1 minute. Go for it.
Okay.
I just want to throw this out there.
Well,
This is
look,
absolutely
zoom
great.
in on this spider and
Okay,
remember,
here we
Boo
go.
at the zoo. Okay,
Hold
he
on.
reminds you of
Hold on,
Halloween.
hold
He
on.
reminds me of
Guest
Halloween.
cam. Roy!
So Boo at the zoo Saturday. I mean, the zoo has amazing things. We
Yes.
really appreciate you being here. Again, tell us again, phone number or website for the
And
zoo.
the hours.
Yes, October
And the hours.
22nd, 11:30 to 1:30 is the first session. 3:30 to 5:30 is the second session.
Look at that shot.
$5.
This is a kill. Look at this shot, Mary Anthony.
That's fabulous.
That is like a perfect. If you're on YouTube right now, if you're watching this, this is awesome. I love this. Rick Federici, Mary Anthony, Jackie Beitzel, our executive producer. I know you can't clap, Sean, but everybody, I don't want to. Will we upset the spider if we clap?
I think
Let's
you'll be
just
okay.
do a golf clap.
There you go,
Next
golf
Friday.
clap.
Next Friday, you know.
On behalf of us all at Gerard Media Younger Life Live, Rick Federici.
Mary Anthony, thank you
Richard.
so much.
Thank you
Sean.
very
Thank
much.
Jackie. I love you guys.
Thank you for bringing the critters.
Yeah.
Happy
And I
Halloween.
hope the Boo at the zoo is a huge success.
Thank you.
Michigan City on Gerard Media
Look
Company
how cool
Station.
it is.
I think it's pretty neat.
See, that's why we didn't tell you ahead of time, because we didn't want
We
to
originally
prejudice
wanted to
your
see if you could hold it.
reaction.
I said, let's just put it in your hand.